press record, you guys. I started talking and I that's how excited I am. I didn't press record because I was already talking to you guys and I didn't. Can you imagine watching 3 hours of content and not recording? I would have fainted, you guys. Oh my God, stop. That is so funny. That is Kemi. I crack myself up sometimes. What can I say? All right, I'll do that again. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kemi and you're watching Kemi Reacts. If it's your first time to this channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, my darlings. You see, this is why it's so good to join us on live. We are watching Game of Thrones live. Episode 3 and 4 today. It is my first time watching this series. It was requested by everybody. Everybody, patrons, subscribers, friends, everybody. And from the first 2 episodes, I can understand why. While I'm not a fan of twinnings, if you know what I mean, if you watch Game of Thrones, you understand. I'm not a fan of aggressive, whatever, but it's been going on great so far. The storyline is thick and rich. Children are not safe. Adults are not safe, like everything, because we just saw the episode where Brandon was about to be stabbed. So clearly everyone is going to get a piece of the drama that ensues with this storyline. For those watching, if you want to hear my voice, you have to stay on YouTube, and you also have to have another box open for the Discord chat, or you can watch it at home. If you have a copy, you can watch it. There will always be a countdown before we press play, so you know where, and intermittently I'll tell you the time where we're stopping. If I pause, I'll tell you the time where we pause. If I'm continuing, I'll tell you the time to continue. So I'm so happy to have everyone here. Thank you so much to those. I love to give a shout out to everyone in the comment section. So please, if you're in the comment section on YouTube, please leave a comment so I can see your names and say hello. All right, I can see Music the Madness. I can see Dave B. I can see Danny Zuko. I can see Abscondage. I can see, who else? Morgan B. Morgan B is our honor. He helps out on Discord. Morgan B. Tina also helps out on Discord. Thank you so much. Not Your Orphan, welcome aboard. Thank you so much. I can see Red Honey. Thank you, my darling, for being here. Danny on 10. Red Honey invited me for a tea. Honey, I want to thank you. Although I was not available because I was in Nigeria for the invite, I want to say a big thank you for doing that. That is very thoughtful of you. You should join us on Patreon. Red Honey, are you on Patreon? You should be a platinum member by now. Danny on 10. Anxiety. Thank you so much, my darling. Welcome. Theresa Robinson, thank you so much for being here. Zach is a patron. Thank you, my darling, for being here. Thank you so much. Who else is here? Okay, I think I've named 14 people. And if I haven't called you, please, you have my love and my thanks. I hope I didn't miss anybody's name. If you're here, I really want to give you a shout out so I can thank you for being here. All right, I'm going to head over. We're 4 minutes in. We're going to go over to Discord. Please see the link. I pinned it to the top if you don't know where our Discord membership is. All right, let's go over there. All right, Morgan, are you ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Play. Oh wait, all this thing I'm seeing, that's a map. I just saw Winterfell. Oh, is that what I've just been staring at the screen and not noticing that Winterfell, the city, then you go all the way to the wall. Oh, so that's what it was, the wall. Oh, I haven't seen this part. Is this how you get up to the wall? Oh, so it's a map. The intro video is a map. King's Landing. Oh, Nice. What's that? Doth pack. Doth pack. Oh, the Dothraki. Oh, Doth pack. Oh, so their place is called Doth pack? Can you imagine not noticing that till now? Sir, they tried to kill your son. You don't even know what's happening back home.
Get the girls settled in.
If you'd like to change into something more appropriate.
What do you mean, appropriate? Should I wear a suit or what? So he went with his daughters, but he left his sons?
About time we had some stern northern leadership.
People have been swinging at me for years. They always seem to miss.
They didn't deserve to die like that. 500 men, and this room was silent as a crypt. I remembered him laughing as your father burned.
You were avenging my father when you shoved your sword in Aerys Targaryen's when serving was safe.
Lord Stark.
Shame you didn't say a prayer for the butcher's son.
I've hoped to meet you for some time, Lord Stark.
I understand you knew my brother Brandon as well.
All too well. I still carry a token of his esteem, from navel to collarbone.
Perhaps you chose the wrong man to duel with.
Well, it wasn't the man that I chose, my lord. It was Catelyn Tully, a woman worth fighting for. I'm sure you'll agree.
Oh, what does that mean?
Humbly beg your pardon,
What does
my
that
Lord
mean?
Stark.
Please pause, stop. These sentences are very rich. Please stop what, wait. Fought Brandon, and Brandon as in Ed Stark's brother. So he said he fought Brandon, and he still carries the scar from navel to whatever he said. And he said that Lord Stark said to him, then you chose the wrong man. Sorry, if for those who don't know, I'm stopping at, I can't see the time I'm stopping. Morgan, what time did we pause at? I'm sorry. I don't see the time we paused at. Can you tell? 6 minutes, 33 seconds. Thank you. And he said Lord Baelish said he fought Brandon, Ed Stark's brother, and he still carries the scar. But he mentioned Catelyn, that's Ed's wife. Is he trying to say he fought Ned Stark's brother for Catelyn Stark, meaning that he loved her, like, not love, I'm not saying love, I don't know, or lost, or maybe he wanted to marry her and they had to duel. So why would he be fighting Brandon and not, or did I misunderstand that sentence there? Is it a spoiler? If it's a spoiler, then don't tell me, but if... Okay, Abscondage said, Lord Baelish fought a duel with Brandon, Ned's brother, over Catelyn Tully. So, but why is he fighting with Brandon, his brother? Did the brother want to marry Catelyn too? Oh, I'm on the, but yeah, but you fight the man that is going to marry except Brandon was defending Ned's honor. So he wanted to date Cat. Catelyn is Cat. That's, yes, okay, I understand. Okay, yes, okay, I get it. Because why would you fight Brandon? Brandon is not the person she married Ned. Do you understand? So shouldn't he be fighting Ned? That's my question. Why would you duel with the brother? Oh, Abscondage said Catelyn was engaged to Brandon before Sid? Before he Sid? What Sid? Is it a spoiler? Sorry, but I understood. I understood it in a way. I just wanted to be sure I understood the sentence. Yes, that's just what I wanted, because I was shocked that he said something, I dueled with your brother for because he's married, and I was like, wait, so this one too. Catelyn must have really been the chick in her heyday. Before he died. Okay, before he died. Sorry. Okay, I should have. Okay, I understand. Sorry for the pause. I just wanted to get it. So if we could go back to, let's start with the introductions again. Lord Varys, that's the bold man. I put it in. Renly, I don't know who Renly is. At the first time I'm hearing of this person. Then, yes, I can get, yes, here. Good. Thank you very much. So what time is this now that we're starting? Please put it in the comment section. 5:13, 5 minutes, 13 seconds, and we're already pausing. You guys, are you ready for me today? Are you ready? Are you ready for my pausing? I know, we're just getting started. I know, I'm so sorry. 5 minutes and I'm like, pause. All right, thank you so much for your patience. All right, this is the way I did it with Harry Potter, because I need to understand. Once you start giving me more than 10 names in the movie, I need a book. So, all right, my darlings. Okay, let's continue now. 3, 2, 1, play.
You were a young man.
And you served another king.
Should we begin?
Without the king?
Winter may be coming, but I'm afraid the same cannot be said for my brother.
He entrusts some small matters to us that we might...
We are the lords of small matters here.
My brother instructs us to stage a tournament.
Can the treasury bear such expense?
I'll have to borrow it. The Lannisters will accommodate, I expect. We already owe Lord Tywin 3 million gold. What's another 80,000?
Are you telling me the crown is 3 million in debt?
I'm telling you the crown is 6 million in debt.
How could he let this happen? To bankrupt the realm.
Lord Arryn gave wise and prudent advice.
This tournament is an extravagance we cannot afford.
As you will, but still, we'd best make our plan.
There will be no plans until I speak to Robert.
Don't say probably by his first
Forgive me,
name.
my lord's son.
Ow, please, it's nearly healed.
I didn't fight off anything, it bit me, and all I did was scream.
I didn't. When Aerys Targaryen sat on the Iron Throne, your father was a rebel and a traitor. She's very beautiful and young. And if you don't like her, you only need to see her on formal occasions, and when the time comes, to make little princes and princesses. And if you'd rather fuck painted whores, you'll fuck painted whores. And if you'd rather lie with noble virgins, so be it. You are my darling boy, and the world will be exactly as you want it to be.
That's the nonsense you told yourself that landed you into your brother's arms.
The occasional kindness will spare you all sorts of trouble down the road.
Command them to supply 10,000 men to the Royal Army.
The Royal Army?
Why should every lord command his own men? It's primitive. No better than the hill tribes, we should have a standing army of men loyal to the crown. Seize Winterfell and install someone loyal to the realm as Warden of the North.
You've just invaded their homeland. Ask them to kill their brothers. And when the winter comes, the 7 gods together couldn't save you and your royal army.
So you agree?
Everyone who isn't us is an enemy.
I'm practicing.
Practicing for what?
The prince. And if you told the truth, Micah would be alive.
Enough! Arya would rather act like a beast than a lady.
That's for you, love. The same doll maker makes all of Princess Marcella's toys.
May I be excused?
Oh, you've barely eaten a thing.
War was easier than daughters. Whose sword is that?
Mine.
I know this maker's mark. This is Micken's work. Little lady shouldn't play with swords.
I wasn't playing.
And who were you hoping to skewer with needle? Your sister?
I asked Micah to practice with me. I hate them. I hate all of them. The Hound, the Queen and the King, and Joffrey and Sansa.
Sansa was dragged before the king and queen.
He is a liar.
Shh, darling, listen to me.
But how can you let her marry someone like that?
That is the question, my dear. The guy hates her, Seth. That's the truth. He hates Sansa.
You're a Stark of Winterfell. You know our words. Look after one another. Sansa is your sister. We cannot fight a war amongst ourselves. Try not to stab your sister with it. If you're going to own a sword, you better know how to use it.
Get someone to teach her then. Because how will she learn?
I know a story about a crow.
I hate your story.
Those were always your favourites.
Those weren't my favourite.
Oh, my sweet summer child. What do you know about... when the sun hides for years and children are born and live and die, all in darkness. When the White Walkers move through the woods. Thousands of years ago, there came a night that lasted a generation. Kings froze to death in their castles, same as the shepherds in their huts.
Wow.
And felt the tears freeze on their cheeks. Walkers came for the first time. They swept as big as hounds.
What are you telling him now?
Take that woman away, she's a witch. Take her out. Take her out immediately. Look at the kind of story you're telling a small boy. Even you, Brandon, you're mischievous. What do you want to know with that kind of story?
I've seen you climb 1,000 times.
I think he's lying.
In the wind, in the rain.
What Maester Lewin says about my legs.
Don't ever say that.
I'd rather be dead.
Fewer eyes back here, my lady.
It's 9 years since I set foot in the capital.
My lady.
Would you mind following us?
I would. We've done nothing wrong.
We've been instructed to escort you into the city.
Instructed? I don't know who's providing your instructions, but...
Follow me, Lady Stark.
Cats. Go on. Go upstairs.
You little worm!
Of all people.
How dare you bring me here?
What?
How did you know I was coming to King's Landing?
Lord Varys.
Why would
To
you
see
let
you
her see
again
her
after so
husband?
many years is a blessing.
How did you know I was coming?
Knowledge is my trade, my lady. They whisper to me the strangest stories. Valyrian steel.
Do you know whose dagger this is?
Something you don't know that I do.
Yours.
At least it was. I bet on Sir Jaime in the jousting, as any sane man would. Tyrion Lannister.
Oh.
The imp.
Lord Snow here grew up in the castle, spitting down.
He's beating them all. Why are you saying next? Are you trying to oppress him?
There's only so much I can stomach in a day.
A raven came for Ned Stark's son.
Good news or bad?
Both.
A raven from Winterfell this morning.
Perhaps you'd like to share it with your wife.
I thought that she'd be safest in here. One of several such establishments I own.
You own brothels.
You're a funny man.
Oh, he thought he was lying. He thought he was lying.
Quick tempers, slow minds.
Quick temper, slow minds.
Broke my nose, busted.
Careful, that one might be with them. You beat all of them.
Threw you over the wall. I wonder how long it'd take you to hit.
I wonder if they'd...
You've got an interesting face. I think they would look marvellous decorating spikes in King's Landing.
Everybody knew what this place was.
Outside a farmhouse when he was 3. He was given a choice, his right hand or the wall. I've been asking the Lord Commander about them. Fascinating stories.
They hate me because I'm better than they are.
It's a lucky thing none of them were trained by master-at-arms like your Sir Roderick. I don't imagine any of them have ever held a real sword before they came here. Your brother Bran has woken up.
Pause. We need this part. That needs a pause, please. Listen. Okay. All right. We're stopping now. I think with every scene that I see Lord Tyrion not drinking, he presents himself as a very intelligent person. He does. He presents himself as someone, you know what he said about reading? That because he wasn't, people didn't pay attention to him much. He only had the luxury. Okay, yes, and we're stopping at 26 minutes, 52 seconds, right? Thank you, Morgan. So because his parents probably didn't pay attention to him, he's short, you know, they insult him, they don't like him, you know, he's not like his siblings, the twins, tall, beautiful, and stuff like that. He threw himself into education, into making himself smarter, wiser, you know, presentable. Maybe he drinks a lot because of the sorrow of the insults, or, you know, maybe he doesn't like himself, self-hate, but whatever the case is, whenever alcohol is not in his system, and especially with his interaction with the Lord Jon Snow, I don't want to call him the bastard, Jon Snow, he shows himself very well. So now, in this instance, in this scene, Jon Snow obviously had beaten them in combat, not official combat, but in training. He had beaten them in training. Out of anger, they all came in to revenge, to hurt him back, because you've humiliated us before the teacher who's teaching us, and we're going to get back at you. The bloody nose hasn't even been wiped clean. That showed you that instantly, as they sent him, Jon Snow, away, the 3 men followed him. The 2 men followed him. 1 was still with him, but he had beaten all 3. Lord Tyrion's being very smart, comes into the place that obviously he would have been watching him, or even common sense as an adult. Common sense will tell him that, listen, this young boy that is going into this private place would be attacked by this person. So I'm guessing he saw him around, probably looking for him to give him the message that the commander Mormont that we saw gave it to him, good and bad news, stuff like that. He comes out to look for him, finds Jon Snow being choked. Jon Snow wanted revenge. After they had let go of him, he was like, oh, we have to report this. Maybe I'll tell my father. I'll do. Lord Tyrion said that, what is the point in that? That you grew up, maybe you might not consider it creme de la creme, but you grew up in affluence and wealth. You understand? You had a private teacher that was teaching. Remember how Brandon was learning archery, learning this. Now this one here was dumped here somewhere at 3 years old. This one here was a something stable boy that stole food for his sister because he was hungry. And then rather than they kill him, they told him to come and serve the night watch. How can you compare the life that you've had and you say you won them in combat? These are not your equals. These are not the men. Go and fight another prince. Go and challenge Jaime Lannister, and let's see how that works out for you, because those are your peers. So don't come in here being so hateful and angry with them. You know, this is how life has dealt you. Life has dealt you. He said, my father sent me here. He knew how bad this place would be. I'm shocked. So all that time he was hearing about the wall, what did he think it was? That they were sending him to what? A castle, a place where girls would massage his feet. Didn't he hear when his uncle said, or someone told him, I don't know if it was Tyrion, what am I calling him? The dwarf. Tyrion. Like, they had told you ahead of time. What did you think? Your uncle, I think, Uncle Benji told you that, I think that he said something about not being allowed to marry anybody or even intimacy, no sex, no nothing. So they are like virgins up in there. You know what I mean? Yes, thank you in the comment section. Tyrion. I keep saying Lyrian, the tiny stuff. I switched the consonants. So, okay, yes, Lannister. Shirtman Lannister. And then that is the situation. I admire that about Tyrion. I admire that about his character, telling the boy what the facts are with regards to the situation that he's in. Okay, another thing I wanted to discuss was the conversation Joffrey had with his mother, Cersei. As in, the more I watch Joffrey, I know he's an actor, but that guy just brings the things I want to spew, I find I'm restraining myself because I don't want this channel to be, because he disgusts me. He disgusts me so much. You see, when she touched the first one, she was, ow! She touched the second one. After she told it, oh, it's just a little this. Touched the second one. He didn't shout. So it shows you that my kids do that sometimes to me when they don't want me to massage their leg after soccer. At the first touch, I haven't even pressed. I just put my hand like that with the bomb. Ah! My son would be like, I'm like, why are you doing that? He said, no, it's better that he starts out screaming, so I take my time than he, oh gosh, kids do that. So this boy is talking to his mother. His mother is testing him because I'm sure she wants to get his mind. She wants to understand how he thinks. If he's a good planner, if he's a good, snake, if he's truly, he has it up there. She asked him, how would you deal with your enemies? He was like, I'm going to create one army. I'm going to do this, do that, do this. For the fact that he went into, I don't even know. The boy was so annoying. His mother had to be like, calm down. Calm down. Let's talk about this thing. You want to have one common army. When they say, I don't know if I heard someone say kingdoms or, no, she was talking about the gods. She was talking about the gods. She said 7 gods, I think. Okay, I'm deviating from my train of thought. I want to focus on Joffrey planning to destroy the Starks. He said, we will command our enemies. So you mean to tell me between the time Sansa literally lied to save your face, to save your honor. She literally lied in the presence of your father to make it clear that no, the Arya's direwolf attacked you. So she saved your face. She lost her own direwolf lady. Even when you were bitten, she rushed to your aid. When the whole thing that she was telling her sister, shut up, shut up, shut up. In spite of everything Sansa has done, this boy hates this girl. Can't you? Because isn't that hate? That has to be hate. He hates her so much that he considers her family. Look at the king's son, a prince. Do you know what it means for a prince to hate and call you, your family, Stark, his enemy? That is a dangerous person to even want to get involved with. Girl, that boy hates you, and you still want to enter, you want to marry, you want to... The best thing that woman should do right now, Catelyn, is to take her daughters and everybody out. Because look at the advice Cersei was giving. You can sleep with whoever you want. You can have whores and do this. In other words, all he's going to use Sansa for is probably childbearing. You know what I mean? No intimacy, or you know what? When your mother is already, and this wicked witch, Cersei, you know what it feels like to be rejected by a man. You know what it is to see your husband, the king, kiss another woman, and in your presence, in the bar, whatever, at a party, and you're advising your son to do that to another girl who is probably a virgin, another girl who is only, and not even probably, because Sansa was love at first sight when she saw Joffrey. It was love at first sight. And you're advising, you see, sometimes when women say women are our own worst enemies, it's things like this. There is a practice in Nigeria called, it's female circumcision. It's not in Nigeria. We don't do it in every part. It's very, they've outlawed it, but there's some very wicked people who still want, in the villages where probably there are no access to Medicare or things like that, in secret, they will hide, take the girl, and then have that hurt her like that. You know what I mean? But when someone reports it, those women are arrested. But you know what we found out? What we found out, not we, me, because I went investigating. What I found out is that it is the women. It is the women that are grabbing the young girls. The men are not really interested in maintaining that tradition of female circumcision, cutting out the clitoris, because apparently men like it when women climax. They enjoy it. But it's the woman who has endured that circumcision. She was like, if they've done it to me, why shouldn't I do it to you? If I don't have the pleasure of reaching an O, why should you have the pleasure of reaching an O? So they came together and they're getting these girls and they're when I tell you that it's been outlawed in my country, believe me, it's been outlawed. I even found out in some places here in Canada, they do this in the other places, like in remote places where there are archaic, they don't believe in going to school, they don't believe in, it's really bad. But like I said, once the government find out about it, they arrest them, they punish them, and they educate them on the flaws of doing such a thing. So that is what I'm saying to Cersei. With her situation, she's evil because she knows that marrying a man that doesn't love you is traumatic. She married a man that didn't love her. The king doesn't love her. And she knows how bad it is. And she's encouraging her son to do the same thing to another girl. That is just, and that's it. She probably would, who knows, a stupid and evil woman like that, she might even tell her son to be eyeing his sister. Who knows? Who knows? So that shows you the advice that he's giving him. By the end of the conversation she has with Joffrey, she's already telling Joffrey, the Starks are your enemies. That use them till you can. What did she say? She said that you would have to something till you know your enemies. So in other words, play it cool. Eventually, when you find out or when you're ready to destroy your enemies, you should have enough ammunition. In other words, be a blatant pretender. Pretend, act your ass off for these people. But we know what we know. Why? Why do that? Ned left Winterfell to come to your place, to protect your husband, to protect your children, to fight wars for you, to win wars for you, to protect the realm. And you are going to take his daughter. Why make an enemy of someone who has been loyal to your husband all his life, right? Have fear is the son that caught her and her brother. That's where I'm going to with this. Because of that singular incident, she wants to ruin all of them. The way I'm seeing Cersei wants to kill every single last Stark. Because I don't know if she knows that the boy has woken up. No, because the mother came with that information, and that Baelish, the bald guy, Varys, and I didn't see Renly. I don't know. Okay, this is the name. Okay. And then Grand Maester, who gave him the... Anyway, that's by the side. What else did I want to say again? Right. I wanted to compare the parenting of Cersei, and in the same, we saw Ned Stark have a conversation with Arya. Look at how a father listens to his child, apologizes to his child, and guides the child. Look at the two different parents. Cersei is saying, wait, these are your enemies. When you land, you kill them all. This one is saying, listen, yes, your sister offended you, but you should forgive her. I understand. You protect your family. You know what I mean? And that is in line, your brother-in-law, because your sister is going to marry him. So learn to overlook her flaws. And two parents advising their children, and you can see the outcome. Yeah. Have I said too much, you guys? Are you still with me? Yeah. All right. I'm here. Okay. Music the Magnus, Morgan, Red Honey. Okay, you guys are saying Hypno Red. Hypno Red says love it. All right, thank you so much. That's my understanding though. So if we could please go back to
The mere suggestion that the Queen's brother tried to kill your boy would be considered treason.
We have proof. We have the blade.
Which Lord Tyrion will say was stolen from him. The only man who could say otherwise has no throat, thanks to your boy's wolf.
He's like a little brother to me, Ned. He would never betray my trust.
I'll try to keep you alive for her
Is
sake.
that him?
A fool's task, admittedly, but I've never been able to refuse your wife anything.
I won't forget this.
Peter. Okay, his name is Peter.
You're a true friend.
Baelish.
Don't tell anyone.
How could you be so stupid?
Calm down.
He's a child. What were you thinking?
I was thinking of us. You're a bit late to start complaining about it now.
He tells his father what he saw.
We'll say he was lying. We'll say he was dreaming. We'll say whatever we like. I think we can outfox a 10-year-old.
And my husband.
I'll go to war with him if I have to.
Let me go.
The only people left in this world.
I wish I could see the girls.
It's
The Lannisters in my bones. I know it.
Littlefinger's right. You watch yourself on the road, huh? That temper of yours is a dangerous thing.
My temper? Gods be good. You nearly killed poor Littlefinger yesterday.
He still loves you.
You say he still loves you. Why are they looking at each other like that? Like it's going to be the last time. Just go with her. In fact, take out your family and go. I know it's not possible, but honestly, this job is too hard. You can tell Robert, listen, sir, I'm having arthritis. Let me go. Every face of war.
You remember your first?
First what? Woman? Why do you like talking about women all the time? Don't you have anything to do?
How do you do it?
Oh, your first what? Oh, sorry, your first kill.
Mine was some Tarly boy at the Battle of Summerhall, and he could end the rebellion with a single swing of his sword. Right before I brought it down, he shouted, "Wait!" They never tell you how they all shit themselves. Now the Tarleys bend the knee like everyone else. He could have lingered on the edge of the battle with the smart boys, and today his wife would be making him miserable, his sons would be ingrates, and he'd be waking 3 times in the night to piss into a bowl. Wine! Lancel. Gods, what a stew. Lancel Lannister. Half-wit with a stutter.
There's no more wine.
Is that what empty means?
Why is everybody around you?
Kingslayer! Get in here!
Kingslayer. Why is everybody around Robert Baratheon a Lannister? Why?
Surrounded by Lannisters.
I was just asking that.
Jaime Lannister, son of the mighty Tywin. Who was your first kill, not counting old men? What did the Mad King say when you stabbed him in the back?
He said the same thing he'd been saying for hours. Burn them all. If that's all you crave.
What? Did I miss it? This old man here, who is he? The one that was talking with it. Please, someone put it in the comment section. Maybe I missed his name. Pause, please. I'm sorry to pause, but I have questions, please. Please. Can we pause? Thank you. And if you could put the pausing time for me. Please, I have questions, but if it's a spoiler, don't tell me anything of the next episodes. I'm just trying to understand, and our stopping time is 34:58. Thank you. So when sorry, there's so many names, so give me a moment. When Ned Stark was talking to Catelyn, I always want to call their names so that it's familiar to me. They said Peter is Lord Baelish. His name is Peter Baelish, yes? In the comment section, please. If it's yes, no, let me understand. I just want to be sure that is when they say Peter over here. Yes, okay. Littlefinger, is that also Peter Baelish? Okay. I was like Littlefinger, Peter, Lord Bailey. There are so many names. Good. Thank you. So this, the king, Robert Baratheon, was talking to who before they called in Jaime? I'm not talking of Lancel. I'm talking of, what's the name of that older man? Barristan. Okay, I don't think they said it. Or maybe they did, and I thought it was part of the sentence. Because sometimes these names are something. And then, if this is a spoiler, don't tell me. Why are the Lannisters everywhere? I mean, he married your sister. Ned married Kat. We don't see her and her sisters and her brothers all over the place. What is going on? They don't have their own place. They don't have their own village. Or are they all from the same village or city? Is it a spoiler to answer this question? It's not a spoiler, but it will be answered. What conversation? Right, honey, you said, recall the conversation Ned had about the tournament when he first arrived. Yes, it was about money. They are borrowing money from, Robert Baratheon is borrowing money from maybe his father-in-law or his brother-in-law's people. That doesn't mean they should invade his city. Yes, the Lannisters give them money. So it's because they gave them 6 million gold coins. That's why all of them decided to invade his house. You can't borrow it and send the money across the sea. See, that is very suspect. That's why, you see, that is probably the reason Robert wanted Ned Stark and his army people to come. Because he was probably surrounded by blondes. Like, everybody is just, look at what he said. All of you and your hair, everywhere I look, there is a blonde person here. He told Ned Stark, please bring your brown hair my way. Even his children, blonde. You know what I mean? He feels oppressed. Yes, he feels very oppressed. Yeah, he feels yeah. That's what I just wanted to know. So that barrister, sell me, what's his own position? Is he the head of the king's guard or what? Like the king's army. Okay, head of the king's army. Okay. So head of the king's guard. Okay. Then Jaime's title, he's not the king's hand. What is his own? Personal bodyguard to the king? What is his own? Jaime, because he didn't get the king's hand. Okay, Jaime is, his own is member of the king's, okay, just member. Okay, there's no need. That's why he wanted to be the king's hand. He wanted to have that pin. He's the king's guard. Okay. That's fine. So he'll just stand at the door. If he's not standing at the door, he's in his sister's bedroom. Nonsense boy. You just have to give it to them that all the, because that Lancel looked like a girl. That Lancel Lannister looked, I was like, that's a man. He was handsome. I was like, what? They are all pretty in their places. Very cute people. But
The Dothraki don't believe in money. Most of their slaves were given to them as gifts.
From whom?
If you rule a city and you see the horde approaching, you have two choices: pay tribute or fight. Of course, sometimes it's not enough.
Tell them all to stop.
You're learning to talk like a queen.
what does that mean? Is that the... Okay, like her husband is Khal, and now she's Khaleesi, the feminine Khal. Okay, I get it. Oh, Khal, Drogo, and Khaleesi what's your name again? Daenerys. Khaleesi Daenerys.
You dare! You give commands to me! You do not command the dragon. I am Lord of the Seven Kingdoms. I don't take orders. Do you hear me?
Please don't hurt him. I want my brother harmed.
What? Kill these Dothraki dogs!
Shall we return to the Khalasar, Khaleesi?
You walk.
Viserys, they've pushed you off your throne, your invisible throne that you've not even sat on. They've taken they've taken you off. Oh my God. Are you sure you're the king? They've humiliated you. Mama did not even move. Are you sure you're the king? I mean, it's your sister that is going to be Khaleesi everywhere. The throne that you've not even sat on at this time, they've pushed you off it. Where did that guy come from? He just appeared and then with his whip pulled him down. Oh my goodness. That boy, Viserys and Joffrey, they must be related somehow. Because I'm telling you, they are both, you know, silly people. They have power thrust upon them. They don't know what to do. They just, you know, I'm a king. I'm a this. Selfish. It's not a position for them to serve. It's a position for them to just brag and be, oh, that was so humiliating. Khaleesi better be careful because clearly, anyway, he won't be stupid enough to kill her. He won't be stupid enough to kill his sister. He just wanted to threaten her. Like, how dare you stop it? I'm the one who gives the command. To what end? To what? It's your sister that is married to the guy who's supposed to give you an army. Be careful. Who's that one there staying by the fire? Because I don't trust anybody around you. They don't like you. Uncle Benji or Benji. I believe they called each other that.
Wanted to be here. When you saw it for the first time. My job is out there.
But I'm better than every other.
Better than no one.
And how do a bear's balls taste?
Bit chewy. What about you, my lord? What's the strangest thing you've eaten?
Do Dornish girls count?
Oh my God. Tyrion, you're terrible. Tyrion the Terrible.
Pickpockets and horse thieves and bringing them here as eager ricks.
Some of them's just poor lads looking for steady feed.
We don't have enough men to be an army, and aside from Yoren here, none of you.
Half the boys you've seen training will die north of the wall. So plump little lords like you can enjoy the summer after.
Listen, Benjen, may I call you Benjen?
Call me what you like.
I believe that the only difference between us and the wildlings is that when that war went up, our ancestors happened to live on the right side of it.
You've never been north of the wall, so don't tell me what's out there. Enjoy the capital, brother.
Oh, I always do.
They say he's going down there. Where is he going?
Going below.
Aye.
Going below, yes.
Into
Where
the
is
tunnel
that?
and out the other side. He'll be
Into
north of
the
the wall
tunnel.
for a month or two. I get about half of my recruits from their dungeons.
Staying at the finest castles and inns. No one turns away a Lannister.
Ath Jahakar. Me ashasava vesufun.
The man in full plate, sorry, Tawakov.
Dotraki vo ondeo shari Tawakov.
Armor.
True.
Avia niezo amano ladiatan. Najina vieri jirandali. Ashmilei konaka.
Sizala meme adaka esina khajalan. Ogiloi mawizi. Anareti sanjani.
I don't think she wants to be dog.
She does not bleed for 2 moons. Her belly starts to swell.
I'll have the boys butcher a goat for supper.
Don't stand so
He's
still.
teaching them now. He's teaching them how to fight.
I could just hold my sword out and let you do the work for me.
Move too much.
Winter of my birth was 3 years long, Maester Aemon.
Winter is coming, and dark things will come with it.
Swore it right up to the moment Ned Stark chopped his head off.
There are less than 1,000 of us now. Properly patrol the wilderness. With barely enough resources to keep our lads armed and fed. Gods help us all if we're not ready.
The way they're showing us these 3 eggs. Wouldn't it be... Oh, girl, you're free with your body now.
Merak.
I'm sorry to see you leave, Lannister.
Aww.
Gods know there aren't many feather beds between here and King's Landing. If you're going to be a cripple, it's better to be a rich cripple.
You are late, boy. Your dancing master, Syrio Forel. It is not a great sword that is needing 2 hands to swing it. 1 hand is all that is needed. It is small. Now the grip, let me see. The steel must be part of your arm. He knows these things. You must listen to me, boy. You are not holding a battle axe. You are holding a needle. Not the dance of the Westeros we are learning. The Knight's dance. All men are made of water. Do you know this?
Why are you announcing your presence with the ha? Just strike. When you shout, they know you're coming. Cut it like you said the next time.
Oh. Very dead. Come. Again. Fast.
Oh, he's hearing the clanking of steel. Her dad got her a teacher to train her because she's interested in swords. He's such a great, that's a great dad. I love it. I love it. Oh no. Okay, that's Syrio Forel. For some reason, he reminds me of the guy in Princess Bride. Do you remember him? My name is something, you killed my father, prepare to die. And he was fighting with the sword. You know, my name is Luinto Montana. You killed my father. Prepare to die. My name, you know, he has that accent, and they I don't know. He just came back to my memory. I don't really have much to say. Syrio Forel, something from First Sword from the Sea of Bravos. That's, I think, what I heard. Yes, Nicole Van, you got it. Another Indigo Montoya. Yes, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Oh my God, that scene was fantastic in Princess Bride. And he got up again. My name is, and he just kept fighting. The man was like, sliced him here, sliced him here. Oh, that scene touched me so much. When I think about it, it's supposed to be a funny thing, but it made me tear up because he was like, I'm going to have to come back from the dead to avenge my father. If you haven't seen my reaction to Princess Bride, head over to Patreon. All right, this is great. But great. I have a question. 7 Kingdoms. The 7 Kingdoms is Winterfell, a kingdom. Winterfell is a kingdom. Is Pentos a kingdom? Because I heard... Let's explain that more later. Okay. I just wanted to get the list of the 7 kingdoms just in case they've listed it and I don't know. Did they list it and I didn't know? Did I miss it or they've not listed it? Morgan, you're making things hard. Is it a spoiler to tell me the kingdoms? Morgan doesn't want to spoil anything. Doesn't want to tell me. Okay, so far, how many kingdoms have they mentioned? How many? So I can guess by myself, since Morgan is trying to stop everybody from telling me. I don't know. But they've only mentioned 3. Okay, they've only mentioned 3. If they've mentioned 3, then I can figure it out. I made my notes very well. So I got Winterfell. Is King's Landing a kingdom? Okay, I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. I failed 2 out of 4. What? Okay. I'm gonna get out my cookies. And okay, so now we're going into episode 4, right? Morgan, are you ready? I don't really have much to say. I stopped when I needed to. Because I think it's, I would have thought that Winterfell was a kingdom, King's Landing was a kingdom. They've mentioned Pentos, they've mentioned Dothraki. You know what I mean? So, Dothraki, yes, I know they're a good group of people, but on the map, I saw something Dothraki. In fact, let's go back, let's go into episode 4. 3, 2, 1, play.